Hey YouTubers, I have a small leak in my Intex 200 inflatable boat. I patched it twice using Gorilla Tape. The first time it was just one little piece of tape, and after about a week I left it inflated and it deflated. I then put on like 3 or 4 pieces of tape and it went for like 10 days being inflated, but then finally deflated again. So what I've done is I purchased some Airstop and I'm going to be adding it to the little hole. With Airstop, it very small amount, about 8 mLs, 0.27 ounces. So it's kind of expensive. But what you do is, if you have a tiny pinhole, you put it over the hole, a layer, let it dry 5 minutes, another layer, dry 5 minutes, another layer, 5 minutes, then let it sit for 10 hours before use. If you have a bigger hole, you do like 5 layers. If you have like a cut, you can get a piece of the same material and put over it, make like a patch. You're going to use more material. I've never used this. Some of the reviews I saw on Amazon didn't like it because they said it destroyed their item they used it with. But this can only be used with PVC. If it's a different type of plastic, it will eat it up. Go for plastic. So it's also very toxic, so I'm going to do it out on the balcony. But my Intex 200, it did deflate the second time. Now, when I was using it, it was fine. I think this is great stuff to be out in the field. You're out there in the water and you get a hole someplace, you can dry it off and put the Gorilla Tape on there, and you're probably good enough to get back home or get back to the side of the pool where you should be using Intex 200 out in the field. Come on, it's a pool toy, but you know what I'm saying. This is probably very handy. I'm going to put, actually, when I add the Airstop, I'm going to add the Gorilla Tape over it. So let me show you how if you don't need to know any more information, you can just quit right now. But if you want to see how I put the Airstop over the hole, we'll show you that video right now. Yeah, so this is what she looks like now. She's deflated. So let's go out on the balcony and patch her up. I was wondering how well the Gorilla Tape would hold. It's been on for a couple of weeks. And a lot of the edges are still adhering really well, but you can see right here, it's pulled up, and over here. Now maybe that's when I deflated it, it popped up, but it's not very tight like all the other edges are. So that might be where the air is coming out, and that's right where the hole is. So I'll remove the tape, and we'll start the application of the glue. Right here is the hole. You can see this came about because I put the oars in the boat, and this plastic is so thin, the little fitting on the oar punctured the plastic right here. Or it might have been the piece of plywood I had also in there, which would have been a really dumb move on my part. But I was only carrying it a few yards. Okay, there's the first coat. Let it dry for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm putting on the third coat now. Something interesting about this applicator. I just realized it had a little tip to it where you could cut off the edge and you could put on it a lot smaller. I didn't realize that. I've been just taking the top off. I've been taking the top off and just adding it this way, so I'm probably doing it the opposite way it was supposed to be done. Let me flatten this out some. But it has a smooth edge, so actually I think it goes on kind of better this way because you can swirl it around. You can't do it with if you cut this tip off, you wouldn't be able to smooth it around. So I think the way I did it wrong, I think, is maybe even better than the right way. So that's the third coat. I'm going to actually let it dry and put on a fourth coat just to be sure, and then put on a small piece of Gorilla Tape and inflate it, and it should be good to go. If it has a problem, I'll leave a mention in the video description or in the comments, but I think this is going to be fine. So once again, this is Airstop.